Excel shortcuts. And I would want us to start this thing in a very, very small way. In a very, very small way. And I would want us, ladies and gentlemen, to open a new Excel sheet in your machine there. A new Excel sheet in your machine there. And I would want us to start this thing in a very, very simple way. And how do we do this? I would want us to look at 3 scenarios where, for example, we are given like 3 years, 1978, we have 1979, we have 1980. Great. And then, ladies and gentlemen, after I've written this, I discovered that there is a 1997 that I ought to have started with up there. So if I would want to create room for 1977 up there, can somebody remind me, what am I supposed to do to be able to create a space for 1977 up there? So remember, it's about adding. So are you able to see where add is? Is there anybody who is able to see where sum is? Addition, the plus. It's on top of equals. So meaning that this plus, for me to be able to reach to this plus, I must shift. And anytime, for example, please listen, please. If, for example, I have a column here, for example, this is the column that I have here. I have some column here with some. I want to do away with this entire column. If I would want to do away with this entire column, what do? I don't have to just delete. What I will do, I will come and say control subtract. So control minus. When I say control minus, the entire column disappears. Control, I'm holding on to control permanently, and then I say minus. So the entire column does what? It disappears. If, for example, I have here, like say UI, whatever, we have here whatever, and then here we have, for example, whatever, and then I would want to add in between I and J, I would want to add a new column. How do I add a new column? Now, it will be very hard for me to come and just say control plus, because you see plus is a second function. Because there is there is an equal, and then there is what here, there is a plus up there. So then what I need to do, if I want to add a new column between I and J, I would have to come, ladies and gentlemen, here and highlight this second column. I want to bring a column in between I and J, right? So I'll go to column J first. When I'm here, I will say control shift equals, that is control shift plus. So you can see now I've been able to add a column there. How I wish I would get some 2 or 3 students who can comfortably share their screen with us. Okay, so I'll repeat very fast. So for revenue is price times quantity. And to get price times quantity, for example, for 1977, what do? I must start by activating the cell. When I activate this cell, I will come and pick this price 23, and then I'll be able to say times, times 40. And then remember, if I say enter, it will give me the correct answer of 920, but it takes me to the lower cell. The better way of doing these things, ladies and gentlemen, is to come and say here F2. If I say F2, it returns me back to the formula. When I say F2, I'm able to see the formula that I had earlier on before I said enter. So if I'm the one now with this formula and I'm interested in getting the answer, I'll always do what we call a control enter. So I'll say control enter like that. What different thing am I able to see here? When I say control enter, I'm still getting that 920, but interestingly, I'm now getting 920 in this case here as the one that is highlighted, like that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, then I'll be able to come, and I don't have to come and do the same that I take here for 1978, that I take 45 there, I say times 35 there, and then I say control enter. I'm getting 1575, but this is a waste of time. Excel is all about copying. The power of Excel is about copying previous formulas. The power of Excel is about copying previous formulas. So I don't have to keep on repeating a formula. No. So then I need to undo this 1575. It's an operation that I've done, which I would want to undo. To undo, we normally use control. You hold on to control, and then you say Z. That's undoing that operation. So that when you are here at 920, then you should be able to come, we have got two pluses. We have this plus, which is hot air, the one that we normally use for highlighting. And then we have this plus that if you cage it in here, it becomes a very powerful plus, black for autofill. It's called an angry rabbit. So this angry rabbit, if I pull this thing down like that, I'm able to get the answers for the rest. I'm able to get the answers for the rest. So I would want to keep quiet a little bit. Thank you, SC. I would want to keep quiet a little bit and get to know whether there are students who copied this kind of a table and they have been able to do exactly what I've done. Please, your feedback is very important. Your feedback is very important to me, please. If you haven't done it, you say, Mwalimu, no problem. Just give us like 3 minutes. We type, Jane has done it. Fozia has done it. Very, very important. Very, very important. Those are 2 students. I'm waiting for confirmations from the other students. From the other students. Are they able to give me these confirmations and tell me exactly where we are? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are you? Done. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, I would want you guys to do me a favor. So somebody comes and tells you, over the 4 years, please give me the total. Over the 4 years, please give me the total. So somebody will come and say here, total over the 4 years, total revenue. They'll come and tell you the total revenue equals. So they'll tell you equals. And then they type summation, sum. And you see this sum is now in a blue. And as a basketballer, I would want in this case here to throw this blue sum into the cell up. As a basketball, I would want to throw that sum which is in blue up. So then how do I do it? I tab it. There is a button there on top of shift. There's a button written tab or some functions, keyboard functionalities there, have it with 2 arrows facing against each other. So you tab like that. And then you're able to see now the blue has been sent straight to this cell. Now, once it has been sent nicely to the cell like that, it now gives you even what to do. So it is telling you to highlight number 1 all the way to the rest. So come and take this hot air plus there, and then you hold onto your mouse pad, and then you drag. You simply highlight all of them. Don't close brackets. Simply say Control Enter. Simply say Control Enter. You'll be able to get that 6856. How I wish. Unfortunately, most accountants are poor dancers. They don't know how to. I've never, in all my lifetime, 45 years, I'm yet to come across any accountant who knows how to dance. But fortunately, Zoom does not want you to dance physically. It has given you emoticons, what we also call emojis. So like you have those symbols that you can pick from there of those funny people there dancing to show that you are happy, because an accountant can never. Have you ever seen an accountant who knows how to dance, honestly? The only CPA member of ISPAC who I saw dancing is Bwana Kibaki. Bwana Kibaki in Mombasa, when he was opening a dance floor for members of the country, citizens of the country to dance. So he went there with Lucy Kibaki, may their souls rest in peace. Yeah. And of course, your guess is as good as mine. That dance wasn't very, very nice because accountants don't know how to dance. Yvonne is laughing there hard, but she can also agree with me that accountants cannot dance. And fortunately or unfortunately, most of you here will be CEOs very soon. In 5 years' time from today, you guys will be CEOs, and whether you like it or not, right now you may think it's satanic, Shaban, but whether you like it or not, one day you'll be called, in this case with your family, to go before some crowd up there, and then you open a dance floor. That is the time when you start jumping up and down like a frog. Great. So we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. So is there someone who has been able to get that 68? I manifest yes. Leonard. Okay, great. We shall overcome. Okay. So 68.56, 68.56. Thank you so much. Then, ladies and gentlemen, I hope as we are using this opportunity here to break the ice, I wanted us to break the ice. I hope everybody has been able to get that 68.56. I hope everybody has been able to get that 68.56. I can repeat again as I wait to get yeses from you. So if I come and say equals, then I'm typing SUM. And then I see summed amongst the functions. Sum has been highlighted. So as a basketballer, I'll have to throw it up using tab. And then now they want me to come and highlight the numbers here. So hot air plus, touch on my mouse permanently down there, and then I highlight all the way like that. And then I hit with energy down like that, 68.56 like that. So have we been able to get now that figure? Please, I would really, really want your feedback. If you haven't gotten, no problem. It's my work to repeat until you get. But if you have gotten straight, you say, yes, Mwalimu, now I'm comfortable. You simply say Y for yes, put a dancing emoji there, or just a crying emoji, tell me, Mwalimu, repeat. At least Karen knows how to dance in a red attire, which is very good. Jane is smiling. Thank you so much, Jane. Jane is a pure accountant. She fears to dance. How about the other students? Tiptoe. Great. 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 Mary Mwinzi, thank you so much. So now I think I can continue. Now, there is something that I would want you guys to be knowing, something that I would want you guys to know, that anytime you would want to sum, we shall be using alt equals. Here we don't use any equal to start with. You simply, I want to get a sum of this revenue, not a problem. I will come here and press after the Windows button, there is Alt, A-L-T. You say Alt, hold on to it. I'm holding on to it using this hand here, holding on to Alt, and then I should be able to say equals like that. And then I say, Alt equals is a powerful thing. Alt equals is a very powerful thing. So is there somebody who has been able to delete and used Alt equals? Anybody who has been able to delete and used Alt equals? The only thing that I think Zoom is a little bit behind is coming up with an emoji which gives the presenter like a stick, like a cane, like a cane, which I should be using, like, for example, come and say, Absalom, Okwara, you're not giving me answers. So I whip you. Shaban, like that. I wish they can come up with that cane, wherever you are. wherever you are, I wish they can come up with that thing. Because everybody is a winner in Excel. I repeat, thank you very much, Lubembe. So remember, what do we do? So I will come and delete this. So then what do I do? There is a button there you will see called Alt. Lubembe, are you able to see Alt? A-L-T button near the space. Great. So then if you are seeing it, then come here, then you press Alt, don't release it. And then there is an equal. I hope you're able to see equals. And then enter or control the enter. Or control the enter. Or control the enter. Or control the enter. So remember, now I'm waiting to hear from you whether you have been able to get that figure. without fearing anybody really. Even if you haven't, again, insist, repeat like 10 times. Thank you very much. Now we are okay. Now I would want you guys to do me a favor. Let's start with this price. Let's start with this price, ladies and gentlemen. If, for example, you want to get the total price, sum of prices, I will come and put my cursor there. Then I say Alt equals. And then I will be able, because I would want to get the sum of the next cell. The sum of the next cell. The sum of the next cell. Gladys is raising her hand. So I'll come back to you, Gladys. Thanks for raising up your hand. So here, I will not say Control Enter. If I would want to get the sum of price, immediately I skip to the quantity summation. What I do is to press Tab. What I do is to press Tab. When I press Tab, I get the sum that I'm in need of. And then the highlighting box moves to the cell on the right. Moves the cell on the right. And now if I would want to get, now this is very interesting. I love this. If now I would want to get, in this case here, the quantity sum, because I have gotten this 173 and the quantity is on the right of this 173, then I'll just stay there and say Control R. So when I say Control Right, this thing is so powerful. It's especially if you're a basketballer, this thing is a very, very powerful thing. You're simply passing the ball to the right. You're passing the formula to the right. You're passing the formula to the right. Alternatively, you see, for example, if I say Tab there and I say Control R, I'm passing that ball to the right. I keep on passing. Alternatively, if I say Control Z, listen, if I come here, you see already I have this summation. If I'm a lazy Excel user, I can come and put this angry rabbit there, and then I should be able now to drag this to the right, and then I'll be able to get those answers very fast. Yes, Madam Gladys, how can I help you? I can see you raising your hand. Do you want me to give you a chance of speaking loudly, Madam Gladys, or would you be better off, Madam Gladys, by typing your question? So Gladys, I've given you a chance to unmute yourself. Feel free. Either you can unmute yourself and talk to us or type a question there. So you can just unmute yourself and talk. It's even easier that way. I'll be able to hear right away. Gladys? Oh, Gladys is shy. Gladys is shy. Never be shy. Never be shy. You're an accountant. Never be shy. You can just unmute and say, hey, I raised my hand by mistake. Great. She's okay now. Thank you so much. Then the other students, ladies and gentlemen, have you been able to do this thing that I've done? Fozia, yes. Jenny, yes, I'm counting out of 29. Karen, yes. Absalom, yes. Great. Great, 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 great. Thank you so much. Now, please listen and listen and listen and listen to me very well. We have something now very interesting coming up. Something very interesting coming up. So I'm so sure that most of you here were born in which year? I'm so sure there must be somebody who was born in 1990 here. So 1991, 1992, 1993, 19. Let me first of all finish this sum. Sorry. Let me finish this sum. Okay. So assuming, ladies and gentlemen, we have 1990 here again, 1990 here again. Okay, great. So come here, ladies and gentlemen, you have 1991. You have 1991, 1991, 1991. Control Enter, Control Copy. All right. And of course, I can take this. I can take this a few steps here. Great. Now, assuming, ladies and gentlemen, I've got this kind of a thing. This kind of a thing. Very easy thing. Very easy thing. Very easy thing. And then somebody comes and gives you. Somebody comes and gives you revenue. So it tells you revenue in 1990 was 34, 35, 54. We have here 67. We have 54, 43, 23, 90, kwisha maneno. And then somebody comes and asks you a very simple question. A very simple question. He comes and asks you a very simple question. Over this number of years, what is our total revenue? What is our total revenue? Then that becomes very easy for you to get. So it will be Alt equals Enter. You have 400 shillings. But another stupid guy now will come and tell you, out of these revenues that you have, please give me revenue of 1990. Give me revenue of 1990. And then give me revenue of, for example, 1991. Sasa hapa, I remember these are some of the things when I naanguka interview sana Excel kitambo. Sikuwa najua Excel kitambo. Actually, I got to know Excel when I landed a job at �𝐅𝐅𝐄𝐑, which is a software company. Okay, after doing ACCA and then I got a job there, that's when I came to know about Excel. But nimeanguka interview kidogo hapo mbeleni za Excel. So utapata examiner amekwambia now get revenue of 1990. So utapata ule mtu ambao mngetumia wale tumezaliwa miaka mnapenda kutukanana sana. Ungepata mwingine akisema sasa Fara atakuja aseme hiyo, aseme plus ini ya 1990 pia. Aseme plus ini ya 1990 ya mwisho. Nafa aseme enter. Inakuja 123. Yani huyo ni Fara sababu what if this 1990 were 1,000 of them? If there were 1,000 of them, utapata shida. What you're supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to know how to use the sum ifs. Sum if, it's a conditional summation. Sum ifs. I throw it up there. Sum range, is this revenue? Oh, there's this 400, but there's no worry. It is this revenue that I would want to pick. So if I want to pick that revenue, that is the sum range. And then I'll be able to say, you know, I've got this comma, sum range. Then we have criteria. You know, I want revenue for 1990. So then my criteria range, you know, the range is the house. Range is a span of things. Range is a span of things. Range is bigger. So if I would want to just isolate 1990 ikiwa peke yake, then I'll ask where is 1990? It is here. This is the range where 1990 is found. So you'll come and highlight the entire column D. Once you highlight entire column D, put a comma there, then they're asking you, what is the criteria? The criteria here is this 1990. The criteria here is this 1990. So you simply come and click on this 1990 like that. And then that is it. For you, simply come and tell us enter. So you tell us enter, you can see this is 123. And as I repeat, now you can come and be changing this. Now you can come and say 1991. When I say 1991 and then I say enter, it is giving me 277. I'm telling you, Excel is beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So I'm so sure you guys are seeing this is interesting, but you can't do exactly what I'm doing, what I've done. You'd want me to repeat. I'm so sure you would want me to repeat, isn't it? I'm so sure you'd want me to repeat. I'm so sure you'd want me to repeat. Or is there somebody who has been able to hack? Somebody who has been able to hack this concept? Is there anybody who has been able to hack this concept of some ifs? Oh, they are not talking to me. They are not talking to me now. They are not talking to me. Now they're not talking to me. Now they're not talking to me. They're not talking to me. Repeat, repeat. Great. Thank you very much. I repeat, I repeat, I repeat. Now, remember, it's a very easy concept. The first thing that I would want you guys to do is to copy down this table. Please copy down this table, and the moment you finish copying it down, could you kindly put a thumbs up? Could you kindly put a thumbs up once you finish copying this? Could you kindly put a thumbs up? Could you kindly put a thumbs up? How I wish I had students who are able to communicate through thumbs up, through smiling, through smiling, through smiling, through smiling. I would be very happy. I would be very happy, to be honest, if I got that kind of great. So they are telling me, Mwalimu, now we are okay. This is so interesting. Now, so then I would want to go straight away to getting these conditional summations. So for example, someone will come and tell you, now we want total revenue for the year 1991, because we would want to do an income statement for 1991. So come here and say it was summation, but not the normal sum. It is sum if, you know, if is a conditional term. Sum if it belongs to 1990. Sum if it belongs to 1990. All right. So in this particular case, ladies and gentlemen, then what do we have here? I'll come and pick this sum. If I can double click here, or I can simply say a tab. So when I say tab, we have the sum range. What do I want to sum? It is this total revenue. So click on that entire column. Click on that entire column. So after the sum range, I'm following this. They want the criteria. You see, I want 1991 is the condition. But where is this 1991 housed? It's housed in all these years. This is the range. So D. And then I say comma. From there, ladies and gentlemen, I will be able to go to the criteria. Criteria here, which is 1990, what year? 1991. That is it. And then I should be able to come here, ladies and gentlemen, and be able to do what here, and be able to just say enter like that. Great. And then I can be playing around with my ears. I can come and say 1990. To make it even better, you can try one year which is not there. 1978, which is not there. You see an error, 0. It is not there. All right. So then I would want to see how many of us have been able to follow exactly what Mwalimu has done. How many of us have been able to follow exactly what Mwalimu has done? How many of us have been able to follow exactly what Mwalimu has done? How many of us have been able to execute what Mwalimu has done? It's only one student who is confirming that Mwalimu, you know what? Yes, yes, Mwalimu, yes, Mwalimu, yes, Mwalimu, yes. Great. 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 Now, I would want us to come and introduce something called gender here. Oh, my Excel is no longer responding, it's coming. So let us introduce gender. So for example, 1990, these were girls. These were girls, in this case here again, from a different, for example, town. These were the boys. Boys like that. These were boys. Great. So we have boys here. We have boys there. We have boys here. And then we have girls. Girls here. Girls here. Like that. Great. Great. Now, so I would want us to try this. And if you get this correctly, then we should be able to give you a present. I want somebody to go there and add for us 1991 girls. So there are two conditions. 1991 girls, please give me the total here. 1991 girls, please give me the total. 1991 girls, give me the total. You know, for now, somebody can run and count them. 91 girls, somebody can count them. 54 girls, 23 girls. So 54 plus 23, 91. So somebody telling me 54 plus 23 is 77, is 77, is 77, is 77. I know you can easily do that, but you see, these are very small numbers, very few numbers. But in practice, you'll not be given that few numbers. In practice, you will be given quite a chunk of data, what we call big data, what we call big data. What we call big data, what we call big data, what we call big data, what we call big data. Let's see. Using a formula, is there anybody who is able to give us the 1991 girls? The 1991 girls. Let's see how many they are able to get. Ongawa, Elisha, and Village. Faith has just joined us. How will you be able to catch up? By the way, we haven't started even this BDA. To be honest with you, you know, like last semester, if you look at the BDA class last semester, look at 250 students doing this BDA. Videos alone, ilikuwa na wanafunzi kama 300. So right now, how many of us are we? Right now, how many of us are we in the group? Less than 20. So I'm so sure students will start trickling in from next week, really. From next week, from next week, from next week. So mkuwe na subira. So tujaanza hata. Utaona from next week, we shall begin from scratch. Hapa ni kujaribu kuonyesha exactly what happens. From next week is when I shall be able to introduce and tell you what is BDA. Where should we start in data analytics, right? For now, I'm just trying to take you through some simple Excel stuff, etc. But we are so sorry, Faith, for that inconvenience. They are getting 77. Let me see how they got this 77. Let me see how they got this 77. So mekuja pa wakasema equals, wakapick some ifs. Ndio hiyo. So sum range is the total revenue. Yes. Tukasema comma. Next is the criteria range. The first criteria is the year 91. So I'll come and pick the range first. I say comma, and then I pick 91. I say comma. There is another criteria too, which is the gender, the girls. Girls are found in this house. So I'll come and say they are, comma, and then I pick the girls like that. I don't have to say comma. I just simply say enter. So that should somebody come and tell me that they want boys of 1991, I'll come and write their boys. And then I say enter. It gives me 200. So boys of 91, you can count. Boys of 91, 67, 43. 43. So that's 100, 110 plus this 90. It gives me 200. It gives me 200, you can see. If, for example, they want boys of 1990, I'll come and say 1990, like that. I'll be able to get at 54 very comfortably. very, very comfortably. I'll be able to get at 54 very, very comfortably like that. So ladies and gentlemen, please again, I would want to call upon you to try, please try and ensure that you're able to get something that is quite, Excel is about dynamism. It's about dynamic. Whatever you're getting there should be very dynamic. 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 Let me hear and get to know whether we are together. Let me hear and get to know whether we are together. Are we together? 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 Very important summation. Bernard Masanga at least got this. This time around, I can't see any girls celebrating. This time around, I can't see any girls celebrating. I don't know why. It's girls, not girls. At least 𝐿𝐼𝐻.Aden has been able to celebrate. 𝐿𝐼𝐻.Aden has been able to, has been able to celebrate. Thank you. So like here, we are given revenue items, cost of goods sold, etc. for many years. For many years. And then, for example, you as an accountant, the examiner wants you to do some things here. You as an accountant, you are required to come and do a few stuff. A few stuff. What are these stuff, ladies and gentlemen, that I would want us to do? They are very, very easy. So I would want us, ladies and gentlemen, here to come. This Excel of mine is freezing. Give it 1 minute. It's really freezing. I think we are handling huge data. It's freezing. Give it some time. It's still freezing. Give it some time. I can even use this one, yes. So assuming, ladies and gentlemen, somebody then comes and tells you, hey, I want just total revenue of 2014, and this should be revenue. Two conditions. Two conditions. So these two conditions, then they want me to come and give them the total revenue. Because it's a conditional summation, I'll come and say equals sum ifs. And then I say enter. The sum range are these amounts. So I'll come and highlight all of them. And then I'll be able to say comma there. Sum range is always the amount. Criteria range, I've got two criteria, the year and the revenue. So the year, I'll pick the range first, the house first, this C there. And then I say comma like that. And then the criteria itself is 2014. Then I say comma. There's a second criteria. First of all, I'll pick the range. Where is revenue found? I can see revenue is found here in F. I say comma. I pick the criteria now, the condition. And then I'll be able to say here, control what year, enter. So the revenue for 2014, which I'll take, the income statement was 2922. So what if they want revenue for 2015? No problem, 2015, like that, enter. If they want, for example, tax, the tax figure for 2015, tax, enter, like that. This is so interesting, and I would want to send this thing to you. This is so interesting, very interesting. I would want to delete this. Delete source 2. Delete this as well. Great. Great. So then I should be able to save this. And then I give you something that you shall be able to control S to save. Then I give you something here in Teams that you shall be able to use. Veronica, you don't want to see somebody on video, why? Please confirm that you've been able to get it. Please confirm that you've been able to get it. And once you confirm, is it possible for you to go straight away and share that in our BDA group, BDA? Share it in our BDA group. Veronica received. Please share it in WhatsApp. Great. 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 So have we received it? Have we been able to download it? Have we received it? Have we been able to download it? You guys aren't responding at all. You aren't responding at all. Do you have the data set now? Do you have the data set? Do you have the data set now? Thank you so much. So then I would want to repeat this concept. But before I repeat it, I would want someone to take a bold step of faith and share their screen with us. So they can do from their screen. Is there somebody who can just take a bold step of faith and share their screen with us?